Alrighty. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. All right. All right. It's got a little tail. It's a little reindeer. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's great. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh my goodness. And instead of a shuriken, she's got a bell, which is, wonder how she's gonna throw that. She's just gonna throw a bell. That's hilarious. But we'll get into that in a second. Yeah, no, this looks great. That's so cute. I love that. That's great. That's so good, dude. Oh gosh. All right, Holiday Bell, let's take a look. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, of course it's wind damage. The Holiday Bell at OB10 is deals 620% magic wind damage. Also, wind resistance decreased. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Only low though. Only low though. Yeah, and it doesn't go up to high until OB6. Oh, and magic defense is decreased as well. This is really good. So this is really good. So this is doing two things at once, right? And we've talked about the power of that in Ever Crisis. Whenever something does like multiple debuffs at the same time, or buffing and debuffing at the same time, how like powerful those weapons are. Being able to lower wind resistance and lower magic defense while dealing not great but fine magic wind damage is great. Just great. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is great. Magic attack plus 62 is fantastic. Wind potency plus 39 is great. 698 magic attack is also very good. It's got good sigil boost or sigil abilities. This is good. This is good. I don't know if this is like worth pulling on right now. We'll have to see what the outfit looks like. Just because this wind damage is really low, right? Like Aerith's Prism Rod does way more damage than this. This utility is really good, right? Being able to have the wind resist down and the magic defense down is great. Like those two combined together will make for a great weapon just at OB0 even, right? Because being able to lower wind resistance and lower magic defense at the same time with just a single cast is really strong for wind weak stages specifically. So this is a great weapon to have just one copy of. But this is one that we're probably going to be, oh, I just noticed that. They show it at OB1 now. Good for them. That's what they should have done to begin with. So you can see the update of the upgrade. You can actually see all three tiers now. That's a change. They didn't have that before. I like that. Thanks, Square. They've put a lot of really good quality of life updates in this last update with like the filtering through your weapons and stuff. They've done a really good job. So yeah, I mean, this weapon's great. I don't have anything negative to say about it outside of the damage is a little low, but like the damage can be a little low. This utility is so good that the damage can be a little bit lower and justify the damage being lower, right? Because the utility is just so strong. And the fact that this is her strongest magic wind damage, right, just means that this is a excellent weapon to just have, right? The Holiday Cheer Reindeer boost wind. Interesting. That's a first. So normally I say that, what? Normally I say that outfits having weapon abilities is not very good, just because you can use weapons to get those abilities and it makes it less efficient because our ability scores are so high, as you see, like with magic attack here, goes to boost 62, we can only go up to 55. So she doesn't need more boost magic attack. So if this had boost magic attack here, that would be pretty silly, right? This is the first outfit in the game that has a elemental potency as the benefit. That means with the Arcanum that comes with this starts off immediately at plus 60% wind potency with nothing else. That's insane. That's insane. Now, in terms of raw damage, this outfit is gonna clear most other outfits in the game. I will say that the content in this game has gotten a lot more challenging in terms of how much damage we're receiving in return. So not having a defensive ability here is still not great, right? We still like the defense is up, the HP up stuff, right? Because then we don't have to put on a weapon that has those stats on it. That said, the reason why I'm so excited about this in particular is they've started releasing weapons, especially event weapons, that are just like boost HP and boost physical defense. Like the Zack's new Buster Sword is physical defense HP. I think Angeal has a weapon that is HP and magic defense, and they're both really high numbers, like boost HP 46, magic defense 52, right? So while it's not great to not have a defensive stat on an outfit, this amount of wind potency, 15, is almost an entire sub slot, like almost an entire sub weapon. Because remember, when you put a weapon in the offhand, you're getting 19 points when it's 39, right? You're getting half. So if it's a 39 point sub weapon, which most of them are, you're only going to get 19 points. This is giving 15. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. So no, this is great. Absolutely great. It looks great. It is great. The other great thing about this is that she already has a very strong wind weapon that is physical. And so much like the ice outfit that she just got in October, now she's got a wind outfit that can supplement both her physical wind and her now magic wind damage builds. And it's just really good. So again, Yuffie has gotten a more utility than most of the other characters in this game, which is pretty impressive. That's really good. It's really good. Don't have anything negative to say about it. I also saw that there's an ultimate weapon in here. I forgot we can do it like this. All right, so Conformer. 198, 198, nice flat. Remember that, oh, this looks rad too, by the way. Remember that this is really, really strong to have split stats because Yuffie has a lot of magic and physical, so it's nice to have both. 2,000 damage is not small. That's a pretty decent number. Also does a high magic defense and physical defense debuff. Plus 7 ATB gauge range self. Yeah, wow. And you get to use it twice. Holy ATB boost Arcanum means she gets plus 4 ATB at the start of battle, which means Yuffie at the beginning of battle with this over boosted or completely leveled up starts with 7 ATB gauges, which means she can just immediately pop off. This is insane. This ultimate weapon's really good. Really, really good. Just for this alone is really, really good. This also increases her damage, which is nice. Another 15% bonus damage that you didn't have before. But this is wild. This ramps you up so fast. Because being able to, she has a weapon, keep in mind, that does physical non-elemental damage and raises your team's magic defense immediately. And now she doesn't have to wait for that extra gauge to charge. She can just smash it immediately. And she goes back down to the 3 ATB gauges that she was at the start of the fight, which means she's not losing anything for just giving your team magic defense up. Or if you have, say, like Arctic Star, she's not losing anything for raising your other character's physical attack, right? So this is wildly good. Wildly good. To be absolutely blunt, this is probably worth pulling on. Which I haven't been able to say in a long time. Like a long time. Because like in terms of wind damage, there's not a lot of options in the game right now in terms of things that actually do like wind damage. And some of them are limited, right? Like the Beatrix sword, which is great. But how many people actually pulled on this to get this up to OB10, to get this to a point where it's actually doing solid damage, where Diner Trey's just in the pool and is available and does up to 850%. And that outfit is great for Diner Trey, right? And so if you didn't pull for Yuffie's Diner outfit, I think this is probably an excellent pull, right? Because not only that, you also have Magic Shuriken, which does physical, but like you still have an offhand weapon option. Like she's now got 3 different wind weapon options with this new weapon that's come out. So if you don't have Yuffie's Wind Arcanum and you don't have a Wind Arcanum in the game, this feels like an auto pull to me, which is crazy, again, to say that out loud, because we haven't had something like that in a while. Yeah, no, it's very good. There have only been, if I can recall, I think there have only been, now this is the 3rd Wind Arcanum, I think, in the game. And Yuffie holds one of the other ones. So, so like, there have only been 3, and Yuffie holds 2 of them now. So like, she's clearly the wind DPS in the game. And I feel like if you don't have a wind outfit for her, it's probably just a throw. So yeah, no, I think this is probably just an auto pull, honestly. Like, again, assuming that you do not have her wind outfit from before. If you do have her wind outfit from before, You can actually skip this banner entirely because this is not a limited weapon. This is going to go into the pool. This weapon is fantastic, even just for sub abilities, like as a sub weapon. 62 magic attack, 39 wind potency, and a 698 magic attack at OB10 at 120 is a great sub weapon. All right, in terms of the wish list for this, obviously, just like we talked about before with Yuffie's Ice Banner, much like with Yuffie's Ice Banner, there's no reason for you not to go for Diner Tray here, because Diner Tray is just a wind weapon, and this wind outfit still works with the other wind weapon that Yuffie has access to. So if you don't have Diner Tray at OB10, which I do not, you should include Diner Tray on here as well. Magic Shuriken should also be included, simply because it is a great offhand wind weapon for the physical, right? Does physical damage in an area of effect, gives boost attack, gives boost wind potency. It's a very good offhand weapon. I would include this as well, just as, you know, again, to have options to play around with. In terms of other wind potency weapons that are specifically magic focused, there are a couple of options that you can go with. Short barrel is the physical version. So if you wanted to get a physical attack sub weapon for Yuffie's Diner Tray, boost attack 31, boost wind potency 52 is fantastic. This would finish off her physical attack while also giving 26 wind potency, which is great. At a 643 physical attack, it is not bad. The other one is Sephiroth's set of weapons. You've got the Shinra Military Sword, which does the same thing as the short barrel, but 679 physical attack, which is significantly, well, not significantly, it's like 30 points higher. Also, Sephiroth this is a great weapon for Sephiroth in general. So if you don't have this at OB10, that's a really good option. Obviously, same thing here, just lower physical attack, lower stats. So I wouldn't recommend that. Probably Shinra Military Sword over the short barrel for Vincent, just because again, it's more useful for Sephiroth in general, and it has a higher physical attack stat, gives you the same R abilities. That's probably what I would throw on there. Pulse Gun is also another one that does a decent job with the stats and attack and wind potency. That's an option if you wanted to go that route. Zack's Falchion also does physical attack and wind potency. Again, not as good as the other ones we've listed. Canyon Collar also does magic attack plus 62 and wind potency plus 39, with having a 674 magic stat, which is great. I will say that when maximizing your build with the magic portion of it, Yuffie's magic damage with the wind weapon is not so high that you need to be hyper efficient with the damage side of things, right? I think I'd probably go more towards the buff debuff extension route versus the actual damage route, because you're already going to you're probably running her wind weapon in your main hand, which means this boost magic attack is not useful, right? And then if you go down the list of the other weapons that you have options for, like wind potency, as an example, Floral Wand is physical focused. Prism Rod is magic focused, but gives HP, which is fine, but not usually what we're looking for. Motor Drive is physical, and then Apocalypse is physical. So like almost all of the options in here are physical, except for Red 13's Canyon Collar, for wind potency specifically, right? So that's really the only option that you have when it comes to wind potency sub weapons that can amplify her magic damage, right? So if you wanted to have any weapon that did it, that increased her magic damage, this would be the one that you would put on the wish list, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's a good weapon. It does area of effect magic defense down on Red 13, which is great. It goes up to high as well. So like this is a good weapon in general. And if you wanted to wish list this, wouldn't blame you, right? Me personally, I would be looking at anything that does the buff debuff extension, simply because I think that this has more merit when you can do things like buff debuff extension plus 52, which would be on things like the recently released, I will remember, I promise, Citric Wand. That was it. Also does boost magic attack, but it gives you plus 52 in the buff debuff extension. You could also look at Barret. Barret's got the Escutcheon Cannon, which does magic defense and buff debuff extension. Very good tank stats. Also has 609 magic attack, which on a defensive weapon is very good, right? Which is why I left that on there. Also, I just want that. This one also does boost HP, is more physical focused, but has the plus 52 buff debuff extension as well. And also is just a generically good weapon in Shark Slayer. This is something I would have on here as well. Other than that, I think that's probably the wish list. Obviously, you can't see Diner Tray behind my face, but we've got Diner Tray, we've got Escutcheon Cannon, we've got Magic Shuriken, we've got the Shinra Military Sword, and we've got Shark Slayer. Ultimately, there are a lot of options that Yuffie has herself. Like if you've already got 4-point Shuriken maxed out, this is fine. It gets the job done. Is it good? No, right? There are better options like Shark Slayer, right? Even gives more magic attack than that Shuriken does, gives more physical attack than that Shuriken does, and gives better buff debuff extension, right? Because even just one copy, or like an OB10 version of this, one sub weapon gives you 120% effect duration, which means that your durations now are doubled. So instead of it being a 30-second debuff, it's now a 60-second debuff, and that's every single time you apply it. So like you get the extension and it extends the duration, right? So like it's just a very good ability to have in the off slot. It's good to have that back there. So make sure that that's something that you're prioritizing. Again, just because Yuffie in that case is not your primary damage dealer. Your primary damage dealer is going to be somebody like Aerith, right? Who's got Prism Rod at OB6 or higher, right? She's going to be the one doing the most magic damage in that case, and Yuffie's going to be more utility instead of actual damage. But like in this case, in my case specifically, I have so very few weapons that do what this weapon does in terms of lowering wind resistance and lowering magic defense, and I've realized that as we've done these guild battles. So for me, I don't have a wind outfit for Yuffie. I haven't pulled on a Yuffie outfit since her original outfit was released, which was the Arctic Star outfit a year ago. And there's no reason for me not to invest in Yuffie when all the rest of my characters are popping off, right? So for me personally, I think that most people could probably save on this if you wanted to. I don't think it's worth skipping. Honestly, this is probably the first time I've seen a banner that's probably worth pulling on in a while. Just because of this offensive capability is hopefully just the new standard going forward, but for wind, we don't have a lot of options for wind. And even though Yuffie has a wind arcanum already, to have one that's flexible for both her offensive and her, for her physical and her magic is awesome. So yeah, so for me, I'm gonna go ahead and pull. I'm leaving a Escutcheon Cannon on there. I'm obviously gonna leave the, oops, there we go, okay. And we've got 3 pulls. So let's go ahead and do 3 pulls and see how well we do on our 3 pulls. 2. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. They're punishing me for actually pulling with only 9,000 crystals. That's what's happening right now. Maybe we'll get the ultimate weapon. Honestly, if I got the ultimate weapon, I would be ecstatic. For how many pulls we've done since Anniversary, we have not seen another ultimate weapon yet. And for how many times I pulled Genji Blade, you know how sad that makes me? Yeah, dead first pull, which makes sense. No biggie. Did get a purple, that's nice. Nice, got 2. Now we're gonna get a 5-star guaranteed on the next pull, that's nice. Yeah, now I'll make it before the end of the banner, because that's what, 4 weeks? Yeah, I'll make it. The disrespect. The absolute disrespect. All right, last one. 1, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tough for me to get there then. Those stamp pulls were pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 24,000 crystals is a lot. Not impossible, but definitely a lot. All right. Well, hopefully this means we got more than just the 1 guaranteed. Otherwise, they're just baiting me for no reason other than to hurt my feelings. Come on, Cloud. Make my day. Nope. Did get Yuffie. Maybe it's the new one. It's gonna be Diner Tray. Yeah. It's Mario Shuriken or Magic Shuriken. That's okay. That's okay. We'll still take it. We'll still take it. All right. So that's all the crystals that I have. Obviously, we'll get more crystals as we continue playing in the events. I haven't done the very hard Crisis dungeon yet either. There's a lot of stuff in there as well. I actually haven't played Ever Crisis in a couple of days because of the the TFT stuff, so it's nice to play something casually and have some fun. For the folks who will see this on YouTube, by the way, I hope you're excited about all the TFT content that's about to come out, because boy howdy do we have a lot coming. And it is a lot. We're gonna have a lot of videos over the next month. I streamed, what was it, 92 hours in the last few weeks. So definitely got a lot of TFT related content coming your way. But yeah, so again, this is a great banner. This is a great banner. It's nice to be able to say that and have a full head of confidence here. Obviously, again, there's no banner in this game is a necessary pull, right? I don't think there's been a weapon right out that's been released that's been something that you needed to have outside of specifically Kimura wand for the Monster Hunter banners, right? That was the one set of banners where I was just like, you know, this is a weapon that will be kind of future proof because it gives +3 attack and +3 magic defense. There are only certain stages that's not going to be useful, right? So even in the stages that it's not useful, we were still using it, right? Even in this last event, as an example, which had mostly physical damage being dealt, it was still key for unlocking your physical roster's potential to do the most damage. So that is the type of stuff where the kind of utility in the game that is definitely worth investing in. This is one of those times where, like, it's not as good as Kimura wand. Don't hear what I'm not saying, because it's single target. It's just wind resistant magic defense, so it's only good for wind stages. This is a very specifically good weapon on specifically wind weak stages. However, just as a reminder, and this is the reason why, and I probably should have mentioned this before, Titan is being released, in case people forgot, and I think it's happening this month. So there's going to be a new summon, and so having a weapon that lowers wind resistance and lowers magic defense is likely going to be very important. So that's the reason why I'm pulling on this. That's the reason why I think other people should as well. If you don't have good wind builds, this will help us clear those wind content. And as we've seen in the past, now that Titan's in the game, they're going to utilize Titan in other fights, in other events. So it's going to be useful to have this kind of stuff.